What's the one memory tied to a place you never visit anymore? I was driving through my old neighborhood and accidentally passed by the basketball court where my grandpa taught me to shoot free throws every summer, and I had to pull over because I started crying remembering how he'd stand under the hoop catching my air balls and telling me I'd make the varsity team someday even though we both knew I probably wouldn't. The whole thing hit me out of nowhere because I hadn't been back to that court in probably 8 years. Not since the summer before he passed away when I was 16 and thought I was too cool to hang out with my grandpa anymore. Every summer from like age 7 to 15 we'd go to that court at 6 in the morning before it got too hot, and he'd bring this old worn basketball that had his initials written on it in faded marker from when he played in high school back in the 60s. He'd show me the same shooting form over and over again, adjusting my elbow and telling me to follow through with my wrist, and I'd get frustrated when I kept missing but he'd just smile and say that Kobe missed shots too. We'd stay there for hours until my mom would call saying breakfast was ready, and on the walk home he'd tell me stories about playing ball when he was my age and how different everything was back then but how the game stayed the same. That last summer I told him I was too busy hanging out with my friends and couldn't do our morning sessions anymore, and I could see the disappointment in his face even though he said he understood. He passed away that October from a heart attack, and I never got to tell him that I made varsity junior year just like he predicted, and I never got to thank him for all those mornings he spent teaching me something that had nothing to do with basketball and everything to do with showing up for someone you love. I sat in my car staring at that empty court for like 30 minutes, and I haven't driven through that neighborhood since because some memories are too heavy to carry when you realize you can never go back and do things differently. Teaching me that time with the people you love matters more than whatever else you think is more important.